Okay, what's good, people? What's good? What's good? What's good? In like 3 minutes, I'm going to, or no, 5 minutes, I'm going to get started. I'm going to be here for like between 1 hour, 30 minutes to 2 hours. So we're going to talk, about the Champions League final, and we're going to talk about the what they call it. We're going to talk about um, the football transfers that has happened this week, everything that has happened this week, because a lot has been cooking. And possibly, I think this evening I'm going to be live on TikTok, for the watch along Champions League final. I'm going to be live on TikTok for watch along in the Champions League final. And, let's just wait and see because I'm really, uh, let's hope that we expect, kind of like an exciting game. Get me? Like, let's hope that we expect, an exciting game because obviously you never know what to expect. Like you never know what to expect. It's Champions League final, and of course Champions League final, and it's gonna be very amazing to be honest. So I want more people to come. Let's see what's gonna happen and all that kind of stuff. In about but like 2:31 here, I'm going to start. So we're going to talk about what's going on. So yeah, I'm just waiting like 2 more minutes left, and I'll start talking about what like what's going on right now, stuff like that in like 2 minutes. You get me? Bola Sefa, hi. Well, hi, hello. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. How you doing? Andrea Achadi, how you doing? How you doing, people? How you doing? How you doing, people? 2 minutes. Where am I from? I'm from Nigeria. Thank you. Um, so yeah, in like 2 minutes, I'm going to, start talking, right? No, actually, 1 minute, right? Actually, right now, I'm going to start talking about everything that's, going on the football transfers, and the everything that's just going on. You get me? The football transfers and the Champions League final. Of course, everybody is waiting. The Champions League final is absolutely going to be interesting. So I'm just kind of waiting 1 more minute, and of course, I'll entertain you guys today. So yeah. But yeah, chat. If you're with me, let me know your predictions. Right, who's going to win? PSG versus PSG versus Arsenal. Chat. Let me know. Let me know. Like, let me know your predictions. Who's going to win between PSG and Arsenal? Let me know who's going to win. Yeah, between PSG and Arsenal. No, I'm not from Port Harcourt. Thank you. So yeah, this is okay, right? It's time for me to talk now. So yeah, I don't know which one I want to start with first. Whether it is like the Champions League final or the transfers, because obviously, okay, I think let's start a little bit with the transfers that have just happened. So far, so good. So basically, I want to just first talk about Baka because I know that everybody is just shocked. It's just crazy how everybody is shocked that Barcelona is signing players already this summer. Everybody is just shocked. And for me, I said it here, I'm not surprised because if you have been on my YouTube channel for quite a while and you see some of my YouTube shorts, some of my videos, you will understand that I specifically said it here that I think FC Barca, I said it here about Barcelona signing players, how we can enter into the one-to-one rule. I said it here from Lewandowski leaving to the fact that a 70 million VIP box deal has been approved that it has been approved. And which other one is there? Yes, Lewandowski leaving, of course, 70 million, and then Camp Nou revenues. Like, you know that Barcelona's debt right now, right? Barcelona used to be in debt, and our debt even dropped down. So that's something like you need to understand. That is why Barcelona are even able to spend quite a lot of money because of the Camp Nou, because the Camp Nou has generated a lot of revenue. Because Barcelona just also signed a deal with that Emirates Islamic deal, and on the other hand, plus to top that off, if I can also remember, yes, a 70 million deal was approved and sent to the distance. So that is why FC Barcelona right now are operating under the one to one rule, because that's why Barcelona are operating under the one to one rule, because like this thing, we're able to sign a lot of players. We're able to sign. That's why we're able to sign players right now, and that's why everybody is shocked that we bought Anthony Gordon. Anthony Gordon has come to Barcelona, and 70 million. Like everybody is just shocked. Like, how is Barcelona having all this money? How is Barcelona having all this money? I specifically said it here. I specifically said it here. I said that Barcelona was going to be able to sign a lot of players, and you people were whining me. No, not about people that were whining me, because me, I specifically said it here. So, because me, I predicted it. So that's why I'm looking at it and I'm saying I'm not necessarily like surprised as how Barcelona are operating on the transfer market. And obviously Anthony Gordon has come to Barcelona, and on the other hand, Barcelona now wants to sign Julian Alvarez. I said it here that in terms of Barcelona really needs to strengthen their squad, because we will really need players this summer. We need a lot of players like this summer, because if you check I've said it here. If you've been following my YouTube channel for quite a while, I said that Barcelona needs a left back, a centre back, a right back, a midfielder as well, because I know that some Barca fans are even coming out here to say that, oh, Bernardo Silva is not really like a good. If we sign Bernardo Silva, I'll be very happy, because I feel like Bernardo Silva is the player who can create competition for somebody like Pedri. I mean, Pedri, one of the best midfielders. In fact, I specifically call him one of the best players in the world. He's an incredible world class player, has a lot of potential, and for those of you who are watching, I am still kind of backing Pedri Gonzalez. I'm still backing Pedri Gonzalez to win the Ballon d'Or this season. Right? Yes, I've said it. Right? Because, well, no, obviously I'm most likely going to be wrong. I'm most likely going to be wrong that right? Yes, of course, maybe like I'm most likely probably going to be wrong, because the way it's looking, obviously as it stands now, Pedri is not even one of the candidates for the Ballon d'Or, right? He's not one of the candidates for the Ballon d'Or. I mean, there are other players, Yamal, Ulisse, Dembele, all those kinds of players. But who knows? And you guys should also know that World Cup is key, right? Understand that World Cup is key, because if you're playing in the you know in the if you perform well in the World Cup, we have seen the history of World Cup before. That World Cup plays an extremely big role when it comes to a Ballon d'Or campaign. Like your World Cup performance really really counts a lot, right? If you go into the World Cup and you perform well, we've seen it happen. Lionel Messi in 2023 won the Ballon d'Or when he won the World Cup. And the reason why Messi won that Ballon d'Or, and I don't care what anybody says, he deserved that Ballon d'Or, is simply because Lionel Messi stepped up for club, because he had 16 goals, 16 assists, League One team of the year, had the most assists in the League One, still won the French Super Cup, and then still went to the World Cup and pulled up one of the greatest carry jobs in the history. One of the greatest carry jobs in World Cup history, because that Argentina team was a honestly, it was a one man army. You can't even try to you cannot try to convince me that Lionel Messi was not crazy that year. Right? Lionel Messi was absolutely incredible, and obviously he deserved the Ballon d'Or that he won, because simply he was like the best and all those kinds of stuff. So nobody's going to try and say anything to try and you know nobody's going to say anything to try and downplay Lionel Messi's Lionel Messi's achievements back in 2023 because he was simply, I mean, Messi was just simply crazy that year. I mean, you can't write anything of him. You just cannot you just cannot write anything of him. He was absolutely incredible that year. I mean, what genuinely do you like want to say about his campaign? And then on the other hand, you have to look at the fact that in 2010, why do you think people were saying that Wesley Schneider should have won the Ballon d'Or, right? Because of the fact that he turned up for club. He won a treble with Inter Milan, had the highest assist in the Champions League, was absolutely incredible in the Serie A. Then you go to the fact that he went to the World Cup and won the World Cup. Is it the World Cup silver ball? Yes. And won the World Cup bronze, but he was the third highest goal scorer in the World Cup. So, and then you have to look at it. So, in general, right? In general, World Cup plays an extremely a huge role in terms of your Ballon d'Or success. So, on the other hand, I just feel like so now back to the main point is that obviously of Barcelona's signings, right? We made good signings this summer. We made good signings. We were able to sign quite a lot of players and sorry, I have not. So what am I even saying? So we have signed Anthony Gordon, but it's good that Barcelona are trying to sign players because we need to really strengthen this squad. We have to strengthen our squad, right? And Chad, if you're with me, you can ask me questions. Ask me a lot of questions. I'm open to answering. You know. So, if I could have an animal's ability, hold on a sec. So yeah, so yeah, um, so yeah, Jack, if you're here, you can, obviously just ask me some questions and all that stuff. So yeah, why I genuinely believe that. So World Cup, obviously, you have to look at, sorry, transfer this thing because if Barcelona sincerely wants to compete for all titles, especially the Champions League, because you see, this new Champions League format where that UEFA has changed the Champions League structure. Because you have to understand that UEFA has actually changed the Champions League structure. Champions League now is harder to win than before. It is not easy to win the Champions League at all. Champions League now is like there's nothing like favorites as far as I'm concerned. It's not in fact this current Champions League is not anybody's birthright. There is nothing like favorites in the Champions League. There's nothing like favorites. It's either, in order for you to win the Champions League, you must play the best football, you must be decisive, and most importantly, endurance is key. If you don't have endurance, you can be the best team and the best performing team, but you'll end up not winning the Champions League without endurance. Now I can probably see sometimes why PSG will not always want to play majority of their players. They are saving it for second half of the season, and that's why they are winning the Champions League. Because you see, the Champions League requires endurance. Endurance is key. Endurance is absolutely key, and you need to have the majority of your players being available. Availability is key. You have to have a lot of your players being available. So that is why PSG have been managed to be successful, and that's why most of the time, if you check it, if I can remember, for the past two seasons, PSG have not even finished top eight in the Champions League. Maybe because I don't, and how do they still enter the Champions League final? Probably because they know how to conserve. They are conserving their team, conserving the energy of the players because now this current Champions League is about endurance. A lot of games are being played this season. So I believe that yes, obviously Barcelona bringing this in, and obviously I'm here bringing Anthony Gordon to this thing is a good signing. And the reason why I said it's also a good signing is because in the striking position, yeah, in the striking position, right? If we don't maybe have somebody who can play point nine and all that stuff, Anthony Gordon is a player who can absolutely cover up for that. So Anthony Gordon can cover up for that. He can play. I mean, he can play as a winger. He can play as a striker. And most importantly, one thing I like about Anthony Gordon is that he is a presser. Like this guy will press. This guy will This guy will run for 90 minutes. I love players who are running for the team because these are the players that will make your team's defense to be much better, right? And that's why I also feel like yes, obviously Barcelona should go for Julian Alvarez because I think Julian Alvarez would be an extremely incredible signing. Right, he's going to be an incredible signing. I think he can be a good signing and all that stuff. So I think when I just look at it, Julian Alvarez to Barcelona. Well, obviously that one is not yet the same because and I saw the Atletico, the Atletico, what they call it, the Atletico social media post where they were mocking us for signing. And I just want to kind of react to that because I just feel like, honestly, I just feel like it's kind of just quite unnecessary. You get me? It's just like quite unnecessary that, like all these posts, like it's not even Barcelona's fault, bro. We just bidded for your player. We sent like this thing. But the way it's looking, I really listen, my own to Barcelona is that if they do, see, we are too big of a club. We have to understand that we are too big of a club to be how do I want to use it? To be begging players to come and join us. Listen, if Julian Alvarez truly maybe he doesn't mind staying at Atletico Madrid, fine, let him stay. We'll go and look for another striker because I won't like signing Julian Alvarez for like I don't know 135 million is kind of a lot of money. It's a lot of money. So and Barcelona can sign. I'm not saying the player like I like Julian Alvarez, and obviously I think Barcelona should kind of do everything possible to sign Julian Alvarez because Julian Alvarez is a complete player. He's a player who will press for you, he will track back, things that I like to see in the club. He's a player who can dribble very well. He can carry the ball. He for his height he has the vet. Then on the other hand, he can dribble. He can shoot. He's a player who just pops any shot from anywhere. Like he's not afraid of shooting. This guy just shoots from anywhere and he can score. He's a chaotic player. And then on the other hand, he's a dead ball specialist. Another thing I like about Julian Alvarez is that he's a dead ball specialist. He's a player who is very, 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 very good from dead balls. So on the other hand, so just looking at it, right? So just looking at it, we have to wait and see what happens because obviously, are we going to get Julian Alvarez or are we not going to get him? If we cannot get Julian Alvarez, I mean, there are other strikers in the world that Barca should sign, right? There is what's his name? Hold on. There's what's his name? There's this guy, Osimhen is on the market. What's his name? Okay, Joao Pedro. Okay, for us to sign Joao Pedro will be difficult. We can't even sign Joao Pedro because Chelsea is not willing to let him go, right? Osimhen is on the market. Alexander, we can still sign Alexander Isak, Omar Mamouche. Mamouche is also on the market. Like there are players that we can just sign to just be in the club. There are players that we can sign to be in the club. So I just look at it and say, honestly, I don't know, man. It's up to Atletico to right. Hopefully, I would want Julian Alvarez to join Barcelona, and he'll be. I think he can be a very nice and good addition to our club. But at the same time, man, we have to prioritize. We still need to. My own for Barcelona is that let this Julian Alvarez signing not prevent us from signing other players that we need because we need a centre back. We don't have a centre back yet. We need a top elite experienced centre back. We need a right back. We still need to negotiate with Joao Cancelo. Bernardo Silva is still there. We still need to negotiate with him. So there are many things that we need to solve right now. And if this Julian Alvarez money is going to prevent us from signing other players, then Barcelona should just pull out of the deal. So well, I like the moves that that Barcelona is making, and Deco. I love what Deco is doing. Like Deco is starting to prove me wrong, and I'm not gonna lie, Deco is smart too. That's signing that Anthony Gordon, especially. I like the fact that he signed Anthony Gordon because that was an extremely smart deal, right? A very 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 smart deal. So hold on. Just give me some. I want to kind of read the news on what is happening right now. I want to read some news. It's just a matter. Like I'm reading some news on Julian Alvarez, so I just want to see what is the update right now. You know, or kind of like there's still almost no updates right now. So yeah. Hmm. It turns out that Atletico Madrid. Okay, have Atletico Madrid even made another statement already? Okay, no, 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 no. Here is the statement of yesterday. So let me guess. So like, guys, for this Atletico piece, let me just read to you what this guy. He said it may seem like a joke or humor, but this is very serious. We've been very angry with Barcelona for quite some time. It was done ironically to hold up a mirror to the Catalan club and show what they're doing. An offer is leaked and said it has been sent, but nothing has arrived here at Atletico. It's over. We are very angry, and this is our way of showing it. What is clear is that Atletico holds all the cards. The player is protected by a 500 million release clause and has a long-term contract until 2030. We are delighted with Julian Alvarez. He has a long contract. We are counting on him for next season. For now, the club has not considered breaking relations with Barcelona, but it has made it clear that it will not tolerate any more situations of this nature. Julian cannot be signed through a fixed fee paid over several plus add-ons. It's 500 million in cash. Wow, 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 wow. Let me keep on reading. That would have to be deposited at La Liga headquarters. If Barcelona had done things the proper way, the agents would have had nothing to do with it. But if you bypass the club, then you're not doing things as you should. Agents live from this is normal. It is what they usually do because it's their job. The problem is Barcelona. Now let me just put my reaction to this because I just is it like chat? If you're listening to the chat, is it really like is Barcelona actually the problem? How can you just tell me, right? Listen, chat. How can you just tell me that FC Barcelona is you just want to generalize that FC Barcelona is the problem? How? We just came to bid for a player, bro. It's just crazy to me. See, at the end of the day, life is choice, bro. Everything in life is absolute is choice. If your player wants to leave, he wants to leave. You can't force a player to stay. You cannot necessarily like say you want to force a player to stay. If he doesn't want to stay at your club, he doesn't want to stay at your club. So, but I oh gosh. So yeah, if he doesn't want to stay at your club, he doesn't want to stay at your club. So it's just kind of crazy to me. It's just kind of crazy to me, how some of these negotiations and etc. is just going. Yeah. So on this matter of Julian Alvarez, I just pray that it is going to be solved ASAP. Let's see what's going to happen. Is Barcelona going to prepare a new bid? Because I'm hearing some reports that Barcelona are going to prepare a new bid to sign Julian Alvarez, and we're preparing a new bid worth 135 million, and hopefully that will just be enough to land this guy. Because I won't lie, I really like Julian Alvarez, but if we end up not signing Julian Alvarez, then it is what it is. We can go, but maybe the only problem is like his wages. His wage demands are just absolutely crazy, and his wage demands probably do not, comply with Barcelona's, wage bill, Barcelona's salary cap in the La Liga FFP. So yeah, um, I'm just kind of wanting to read more news on this Julian Alvarez P, right? On what is actually going to happen. I'm moving here some reports that Arsenal wants to sign, which is also, I believe, a very good signing. To be fair, so I'm just kind of paying like, but yeah, there's nothing, there's nothing currently on the, there's nothing currently on the news. To be fair, right? Nothing is there right now. So we have to wait and see. We have to wait and see. There's nothing really on the news. And I'm hearing some reports also, on the other hand, Barcelona is close to landing Bernardo Silva. About it here. So I think for me, it's a very good signing. Very, very good signing. Wow. According to some reports I'm even hearing, in a matter of hours, Barca would have closed the deal. Bernardo Silva very close to signing 2-year contract with Barcelona. Okay, wow. Sure, sure. Anyways, it's good news. It's good news. It's good news from Barcelona. And then I'm even hearing, of course, Barca wants to sign Vadio. I also hope Barca can sign Dumfries as well. And I still think that we need a backup goalkeeper. So I feel like if we can build a winning team, sign a lot of players that we need here, we're going to be strong competitors, like strong for the Champions League next season. So yeah, that just completes on Barcelona. And then another thing, this thing I heard is that Liverpool have sacked Arne Slot. Another crazy news. I just heard it. I just heard it today. Liverpool just sacked Arne Slot. Arne Slot has left. Or is that Liverpool or is it that Liverpool sacked him or like they just left on mutual agreement? Because yeah, and the way it's even looking, Liverpool are set to take in Andoni Iraola as their coach. I genuinely believe that Liverpool next season are going to be strong contenders for the Premier League. They might not win the Premier League. I said it here. Okay, I've not yet said it, but Manchester City are the Premier League favourites. They are the favourites to win the Premier League. Because I know that everybody is just looking at Manchester City. Oh, now that Pep Guardiola has left Manchester City. Manchester City cannot compete again. Manchester City, they've just brought in Enzo Maresca, and let me just tell you now, mark my words. They can still compete. They can still compete. So don't think that they can still compete. So don't think that like so yeah. Don't just genuinely think that Man City, like, especially knowing that Man City have a built system. Man City have an extremely built system. Like they have a system that is like already, built. So and so Maresca can just come the same, almost the same pattern, the same style of play, and yeah. So I still look at Manchester City as the Premier. I don't even think the departures are going to affect them. Okay, John Stones has left, Bernardo Silva has left. So what? Man City have Tijani Reinders. Man City have Rodri. Man City have what's his name in the midfield? Tijani Reinders, Rodri, Nico Gonzalez, Cheki, Foden, all these kind of players. So you're just ruling Man City out. So yeah, you don't just think that like so. On the other hand, I also feel like in the Premier is it Premiership? Sorry, Premier League. I think Manchester City, Arsenal, um, Man City, Arsenal. Which other club is even there again? Trying to remember. Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool, and Manchester United. I think those are the teams that I can consider that they will be contenders for the Premier League next season. I think they are going to be strong. Well, no, no, no. They'll be in the title race, but I believe that City are going to be the favourites. And Liverpool and a slot has been sacked. Another thing is that Tottenham are also making some nice moves. I see them. They just signed Andy Robertson and they just signed Marcos Senesi. So yeah, that kind of almost wraps it up on the transfers that has happened. Um, the transfers that has happened so far so good. My hope is that Barcelona, this Julian Alvarez, P, all our signings, let us get it done, sign players because honestly, next season we must deliver this Champions League back home. Right? That Champions League next season is a must win. We need to is a this thing. But the way it's looking here, if Barcelona sign a top left back, so okay, we're going to sign Cancelo, then maybe sign a right back, sign a centre back. Barcelona is already going for Julian Alvarez. They've signed Anthony Gordon. They want to sign Vadio. They want to sign a centre back. They might even sign a backup goalkeeper because I think signing a backup goalkeeper would also be good. But genuinely, look, and this is where we are going to really judge Hansi Flick, right? If genuinely, like, if genuinely Barcelona does not make it to at least with the kind of team Hansi Flick is building, Champions League semi-final. Yeah.
The Lord showed me a scary warning in the Bible that I wish every Christian was aware of.
I'm live on YouTube right now. We're going to talk about the transfers that have happened, or the transfer news happening, like that's happened this weekday, and the Champions League final. My predictions for the Champions League, like okay, so I'm back, chat. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Oh my days, bro, man. So from what I'm even seeing, oh yeah, if some Barcelona fans are here, guys, did you guys see Anthony Gordon's like interview? You know when he had like that interview where he spoke Spanish, right? He can actually speak Spanish, and I even think he can speak Catalan. Apparently, I heard that he reads a lot of books. That's really nice. That is absolutely nice. Um, very nice, Sha. Very nice of him. Um, wow. I mean, just wow. And just oh my days. Look at him in the museum, the Champions League. Avec les Champions League. avec les Ligues des Champions, je connais la vérité. Hey, il faut gagner les Ligues de la Champion. Les Ligues des Champions. Voilà. On a gagné les champions. On a gagné les Ligues des Champions en 2009. 2009, c'est ça? En 2009, on a gagné contre Manchester United. Lionel Messi a marqué, Lionel Messi a marqué un but. Lionel Messi a marqué un but. Puis, les premiers buts, et Samuel Eto'o. Samuel Eto'o a marqué. Samuel Eto'o a marqué contre Manchester United. C'était son pas but. Et euh, en 2011, on a gagné les Champions League, on a gagné les Ligues des Champions encore contre Manchester United encore. Euh, Contre Manchester United, on a gagné les Champions League encore. Euh, on a gagné contre Manchester United encore. Et après ça, 2015, euh, on a joué contre Juventus. Euh, on a gagné contre Juventus 3-1. Alvaro Morata, non, 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 non. Ivan Rakitic a marqué les premiers buts. Ivan Rakitic a marqué le premier but, puis a marqué, Morata marque, puis Luis Suarez et finalement Neymar. Wow, it was a nice Champions League. So yeah, Anthony Gordon, fantastique. Euh, tu connais la vérité, les gars parlent espagnol. Les gars pour parler espagnol. Les gars pour parler espagnol. Euh, oui, c'est fantastique parce que la vérité est, est au Barcelone. Et au Barcelone, tu dois communiquer avec l'autre joueur non, en espagnol. Parce que les joueurs de Barcelone, je ne pense pas ils parlent anglais. Ils parlent français. Non, non, anglais. Non, 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 non anglais. Ne pas anglais. Pas anglais. Espagnol. But yeah, back to English. So yeah, back to English. So yeah, Anthony Gordon, welcome to Barcelona, or should I say en français, bienvenue à Barcelone. You're welcome to the best club in the world. Um, yeah, and I'm glad that you can speak Spanish. So yeah, chat. Going back to the Champions League final. So now the Champions League final is today, and it's in like 2 hours right now. I'm really keeping tabs, keeping track. I might only be here for actually an hour. I might not because man, I need to even do some workouts and stuff like that. Get ready for the game, and I'm going to do watch along on TikTok. Actually, my watch alongs are going to be on TikTok. Yeah, they're going to be on TikTok, not on this thing. They're not going to be on they're not going to be on this thing on YouTube. I'm not going to stream on YouTube today. and sorry, no, sorry for the UEFA Champions League. This thing not going to be on YouTube, honestly. If you want to tune in, it's going to be on TikTok. Yeah. So yeah. Um, what can I even say? So yeah. Um, what can I even say? Yeah, the upcoming game. Oh, sorry, PSG versus Arsenal. It's going to be quite an interesting match, honestly. Yeah, the upcoming game. Oh, sorry, PSG versus Arsenal. It's going to be quite an interesting match, honestly. Yeah, the upcoming game. Oh, sorry, PSG versus Arsenal. It's going to be quite an interesting match, honestly. And then nothing from this Julian Alvarez. Nothing from this Julian Alvarez P.
Du Paris Saint-Germain, eux aussi sont partis depuis l'hôtel, vont arriver ici dans quelques minutes. On aura d'ailleurs dans quelques minutes Raphaël Paul, l'adjoint que vous aimez tellement de Luis Enrique, qui va arriver avec nous pour qu'on puisse lui poser quelques questions. Je compte sur vous pour lui envoyer un maximum de cœur, de support.
So yeah, chat. I'd like to
Il y
know
a eu
what
du
you
monde
guys
aussi à
think
la
about
fan zone,
this
David.
PSG versus Arsenal
Énormément
game.
de monde à la fan
How do you
zone
think
à
it's just
Budapest.
genuinely going to
Merci
go?
d'être venus aussi nombreux.
I'm
On
going
a
to give
vu
my
les
predictions
légendes
right now, though.
du Paris Saint-Germain
For
monter
this
sur
listen.
scène, plusieurs grands joueurs du PSG qui se sont réunis sur cette scène pour partager un moment avec les supporters venus nombreux. J'ai même pas envie de dire depuis Paris.
All right. So chat. Um. So yeah, let's talk about the PSG versus Arsenal game that is going to be going on today. And yeah, so PSG will be going up against Arsenal Champions League final today. Because I'm gonna love what I'm gonna see. It's a Champions League final. I don't even have much. In the next in the next 7 minutes, I'm gonna go offline. I have some things to do, and I might come back online, to update you guys on the Champions League final. But it's not gonna be on YouTube this time. I'm gonna be streaming on TikTok, everywhere. So yeah, Um, on this matter of PSG versus Arsenal, uh, it's a match that can go either ways. I can't lie. Can go either. Well, let me not say can go either ways, but I've specifically said it now. With the way it's looking, Nuno Mendes is back from injury. Hakimi is back from injury. Which other player is also there? Mendes is back. Hakimi is back. Then Blues, Ballon d'Or winner. Hey, Usman Ballon d'Or. Let's see. Let's see. Si il peut gagner les Ballons d'Or, je suis surpris. Honnêtement, je suis surpris. So, yeah. Um, PSG going up against Arsenal, I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be a very tough match. Like it's gonna be kind of tough, honestly. Like PSG, I think for me, I've said it here. PSG are the favorites, right? PSG are genuinely they are the favorites to win. All right, PSG are the favorites to win. But Arsenal, obviously, am I ruling out? Of course, Arsenal have a chance to win. Arsenal are the underdogs. PSG are the favourites, but if Arsenal win, right, Arsenal have a big chance of winning. I think one of the key things of why what is going to play a key role for Arsenal is that defense. That defense is so locked up, right? It's so locked up. It's hard to break down Arsenal's defense. They are very good defensively. Well, the only problem is attacking wise. That's why I even said that PSG are the favourites because attacking wise, Arsenal are not really like Arsenal are not really the best, attacking wise. So, eh, I just look at it and say, well, yeah, I feel like PSG are going to be going up to this game like as the favorites. To my this thing, now that Dembele is even back, so Varaskelia is there, Dembele is there, Due, Vitinha, Neves, Ruiz. Oh no 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 no! And then on the right hand side, Hakimi is back from injury, ready to start. Nuno Mendes, everybody's back. But no, I think the only thing is that Pacho. I don't think Pacho is going to be playing. I want to even like try. I'm going to even check like if William Pacho will even be available because the way he's looking, William Pacho is probably not going to be available. You get me? So
Me,
yeah.
put the fear of the Lord into my heart. It says this. After she rebuked him, after she's done hating on him, it says,
So yeah, so my first part of my prediction is that so now PSG have, well, yeah, I actually wanted to check. No, first of all, I wanted to check for like if William Pacho is going to be available, because the way he's looking, I don't think William Pacho will be available for this match, and you need Pacho has been one of like PSG's key players this season, right? So yeah, guys, chat. It looks like William Pacho will not be available from the way it's looking. He's not. I don't think he's going to be available, Loki. So yeah, Lucas Chevalier is fit, but Safonov has clearly been balling out. Oh, William Pacho is fit. Oh, I think he's going to be available. William Pacho is fit. Hakimi is fit. Nuno Mendes fit. Dembele fit. Ben White for Arsenal out. Jurien Timber fit. Madueke fit. Then yeah. So well, the way it's looking, PSG might actually defend their league title. Sorry, their Champions League back to back. And if PSG defend their Champions League back to back, it means that Dembele is going to win the Champions League player of the season. And if they're not going to give it to the Champions League player of the season to Dembele, for me, give it to what's his name? Give it to Varaskelia or give it to Vitinha. For me, these two have been top for PSG this season. But I think Dembele, coming back from injury, he has been absolutely cooking in the Champions League. Right? Dembele has been cooking, so I think he deserves it. But also, I feel Varaskelia, Vitinha, they deserve it too. I mean, they deserve it too. They deserve to be contenders for the Champions League player of the season. And and I would love to see the Champions League team of the season. I'm already kind of predicting the Champions League team of the season in my head already. Nuno Mendes at the defense. Nuno Mendes has to be in the defense. Maybe Hakimi on right back. Centre back Pacho might also be there. Okay, no, no. Actually, Gabriel and Salih. No, I can say Gabriel and Saliba, or Gabriel. At least Gabriel has to be. But it's but in terms of the goal, like in terms of in goal, um, in terms of in goal, like listen. So yeah, in terms of like yeah, in goal, it's going to be David Raya. David Raya has been top this season for Arsenal, and on the left hand side, like left back, Mendes, Hakimi, Gabriel, Pacho, Vitinha, Declan Rice, maybe Fermin Lopez. We just have to wait and see. Honestly, I'm not going to talk much about that, but yeah, PSG going up against Arsenal. It's gonna let's see. I don't think it's going to be like so much of a blockbuster because the past Champions League finals have not really been a blockbuster. It's kind of been boring. PSG is there. Arsenal play the defensive football. Um, yeah, but the way it's looking, PSG are the favorite. But if Arsenal wins, yeah, yeah. But yeah, I hope Arsenal does not kind of win because man, if Arsenal wins, these agendas, these football agendas are going. The way Arsenal fans are going to be this thing. And another reason why I want PSG to win, right? Another reason why I want Paris Saint Germain, like I want PSG to win, is simply because it could just be another day to remind every single body that Mbappe was simply the problem of PSG. But I'm not going to talk about that now. I'm not really going to talk about that now. Obviously, what more do I need to explain? PSG already played better without Kylian Mbappe, and it is clear, right? PSG already played better without Kylian Mbappe. So, well, yeah. So PSG, let's wait and see what they play today. I think, well, may the best team win. I wish the both teams the best of success. And yeah, so most likely by 5, you guys should tune in TikTok, not on YouTube. TikTok, I'm going to be live. We're going to do a lot. We're going to be live on TikTok. We're going to, of course, I'm going to update you guys, preview whatever. And yeah, So yeah. So yeah. Okay, everybody. See you at 5. May the best team win between PSG and Arsenal. And yeah, let's wait and see what happens. So yeah, see you guys later. Bye.